back. Episode 36 of the Spy Sports Podcast. GRS, Humako, we're here. Got some stuff to talk about, some interesting stuff, a lot of reactions. I feel as if on this. I'm pretty sure my AirPods just died, though. GRS, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so you might get really bad audio. That's okay. Can you hear me now?
It's not very good. Here,
Oh, wait. Oh, all right. One of my AirPods is working.
Okay,
All
you're
right.
good.
There we go. Sorry about that. But it's Wednesday, and it's Random Athlete Wednesday. G. Russ, would you like to go first or me?
I'll guess first. I think that's
Okay.
fair
All right.
because, yeah. I'll just start with, do you want me to ask questions and then just
Yeah.
slowly get there, or do you
We
just want to
can. We
give
can.
info? All right. Is he NFL? I know you're a big NFL guy, so is he a NFL player?
He's not.
He is not an NFL player. Okay.
He's
All
not.
right.
You're not
So.
going to get this guy.
Thank the Lord.
I'll give you a hint.
I was afraid you were gonna do some random right guard for the
No.
Colts or something, and I was gonna have
No.
to, you know,
Uh, Point guard. So basketball point guard. Point guard / shooting guard. 6'5". So bigger.
uh,
You're not gonna get this guy.
okay.
Do you want the
Point
teams?
guard, shooting guard. Can I just ask
Drafted.
you,
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
is he playing right now?
He played last season. He played was 23-24.
So last year.
So last year, I think he's playing in Australia at the moment. And the last team he
Shoot.
played on was the Mavericks. He played 28 games.
Okay. 28 games. I'm
You
pretty sure
might
this
know.
guy's still there, but I'll go with Jaden Hardy.
No.
No, he's too young. Yeah.
He was drafted to Utah in 2014-15 season.
This is such a Bear thing. Bear would have this on the spot for some reason.
You might know him for his time in Cleveland. He
Was
played with
it?
not with LeBron's Cavaliers, right after LeBron's Cavaliers. 2019-20. So he would have been there with what?
I know this guy's Australian, but he's probably too old. Is it Dellavedova?
No.
No, that's what I figured.
He's
Because he
not
was
white.
with LeBron. He's not white. Okay.
You're not gonna get this guy.
Right after.
Played for
I'm trying to
Utah.
remember everybody on that cast team. There's Dean Wade, LeBron, I
He
believe.
was injured. The most games he's played was his rookie year, which was all 82 games. The next
How
most
many?
was
How many average there at the Jazz?
what?
How many did he average when he was down there in the Jazz?
Let's see
You have
here.
that?
I would say on an average about 6 points a game.
Gosh,
Maybe not even that.
I'm just blanking here.
Are you throwing in the towel?
Oh, I feel like I know I've heard of this guy. That's why I'm just annoyed because, I am a big LeBron guy, but you said was he on the 18 team or is it
I
right
don't
after
think.
that?
No, he was right. It was 19 team.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's when they were just in full rebuild. So
I don't think you're gonna get this guy.
yeah, I don't think I am.
I'll
I'll
give you.
throw in
I'll give.
Sal. Oh
Okay,
yeah. Who is
Dante
it?
Exum.
Oh my gosh. I would have
Dante
never.
Exum, go
I would
on
have never.
now.
I didn't realize he went back. I didn't realize he went to Cleveland after LeBron left.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, I haven't thought
300
about
career
him and
games,
thought about him in
6.1 points.
forever.
6.1 points.
Yeah, I remember
2.3 assists.
seeing him on the 2K roster now for the Mavericks. Yeah, that's
Yep, there it is. All right, Jess, what's yours?
all right. Well, you gonna ask questions or are you gonna?
Okay, is it baseball?
It is, yes.
Okay.
We talked about.
Pitcher or hitter?
He is a hitter.
Did he play for the Braves?
Yeah. Yeah, he played for the Braves.
Did he play center field for the Braves?
You knew exactly where I was going with this, did you? Yeah, he did play center field some for the Braves.
Does he have a son that plays for the D-backs?
For chance.
Oh, it's that boy Andrew Jones in center field for the Braves.
Yeah, I brought. You're right. I brought him up because we're gonna talk about him later, maybe. With
We can talk about him right now. Why not?
Okay, yeah. You just
Let's
wanna.
just jump into the first topic. The National Baseball Hall of Fame has announced their candidates for the year. We can talk about the snubs, but let's go ahead and talk about the guys that made it. Billy Wagner, very well deserved. Pretty sure he was a lock to get in there. CC Sabathia, a guy that a lot of people thought he might not, but I think he was pretty much a pretty high lock to get in there. And then he was one vote shy of being unanimous. Ichiro has made the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Last rookie to win MVP.
Last rookie to win MVP. I don't like how the Baseball Hall of Fame works. I hate that you have to get voted into it and that you have a certain time limit to get into it. I think it's kind of dumb, but that's just me. But all three of those guys deserving. Two of them Yankees. Billy Wagner, legendary. CC Sabathia, another legendary guy. And Ichiro, I mean, everybody loves Ichiro. Some snubs, though. We have Andrew Jones as one. Crap, what's his name?
Which one?
There was another. Yeah, well, there's been a couple snubs.
There's been a couple, yeah.
Um, but I don't think any of the steroid guys are going to make it.
No, I would be surprised, honestly, at this point.
I feel like there were a couple more that could make it in there, but I'm trying to think of the names and I'm not getting them. Any more UGS?
No, not off the top of my. I
For it?
think over the past I think probably 5+ years ago, I feel like there were more names that were controversial, but more recently it hasn't been as controversial about who's in and who's out and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Not a whole lot to talk about there, but congratulations to those guys. Let's talk. Do you want to go? We'll save We'll save that for the last one. Our second topic of the day, Aaron Glenn takes the head coaching job for the Jets. He signed today, 5-year deal. Don't know the amount of money, but because he signed to the Jets, Detroit gets 2 complimentary picks just because they lost their coordinator and all that fun stuff. That's how the NFL works. It was kind of expected that he would get a job. Maybe not the Jets job, but I kind of like the hire by the Jets. You get a guy that I think is going to be able to go build a team there and build a program. Not a program, but build kind of a culture there, kind of like what he and Campbell and Ben Johnson did in Detroit. He's coming into a tough situation though. Your quarterback's out the door, basically, essentially. It kind of seems like your team is older. You have a good defense. You have some pieces there, but you don't have what Ben Johnson has in Chicago. Your kind of thoughts, G-Rush?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. He's going to be a culture builder there, you know. You're right. They do have great pieces on defense. It's just, they saw like after career, they didn't want to try as hard because the offense was almost incompetent at times. It seemed like you do have good pieces though. You know, Devontae Adams could stay. You have Brees Hall, one of the best young running backs in the league, and you also have a potential top 5 talented wide receiver in Garrett Wilson. So there are some pieces there. I think it's going to be interesting to see who he gets as his OC and how he tackles this year's draft. Because I don't, do you know when their pick is? Is it low?
It's low, but it's not top. I think it might
Is
be
it
top.
is it around like 10?
It's in the top 10. I know that. It's a top 10
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when we talked about the Raiders a little while ago,
Yeah.
you're not like you have some talent there, but you can't get the cream of the crop. You can't get, the talented quarterbacks immediately off the board. So it'll be interesting to see. I'd expect them to give him a couple years there, because I think it's going to be a slow process with him just because you just don't got a lot on the offense side, especially quarterback.
Yeah, I'd agree there totally. I also think, yeah, interested to see what he does for offensive coordinator and stuff like that. Former Jets head coach Jeff Ulbrich.
Ulbrich.
Yep. Defense coordinator for the Falcons. So
Hmm. Yeah.
I like that. Back in the ATL. Let's go to our last talk of the day. Not a lot to talk about, but we're starting to get NFL divisional picks Friday, and then what else? Probably some other stuff in there. Probably do some
Mhm.
college basketball because we're getting to that point where it's starting to get meaningful. It's already meaningful. But let's talk about the national championship. The Ohio State wins it. We've been saying it for months and months off in that they're the most talented team, and they proved it. Got a little hairy towards the end, but it was kind of Ohio State's game throughout the entire process. Will Howard looked amazing. Notre Dame didn't really have an answer for anything really. Notre Dame's offensive line, which is kind of what we said was they were going to struggle, and that they did. Riley Leonard put up a pretty good performance. I mean, overall, it was a pretty decent game, um, considering Ohio State did jump out to that big league. Notre Dame made it interesting towards the end, but Ohio State held on. Good seasons for both the coaches. Freeman and Notre Dame, you know, grass is greener. And Ohio State, I mean, you're going to lose a lot this year to the draft and seniors and all that. But let's see what Ohio State does. It looks like they got a pretty good foundation there. And, clown Ryan Day all you want. He built this team. Um, they proved that they were the more talented team. You could just tell. So, yeah, Jess, your thoughts on national championship?
Yeah, I agree. Kudos to Marcus Freeman. I don't think anybody expected him to do this in his third year, I believe, as head coach for Notre Dame. So I
Yep.
right, yeah. So props to him for
And for
getting this far, when a lot of people a lot of times will just doubt Notre Dame because, they don't play a ton of teams, they're not in a conference. So that's good. I am interested to see there have been reports where Ryan Day could go to the NFL. I wouldn't expect him to, maybe, I don't know. I'd be surprised. But I think returning next year, you do have some very solid pieces still. You have a couple five-star quarterbacks in the wing. I think Julian Sayin is the guy right now that was probably waiting in the wing. Do you think that's him? Probably.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you obviously have Jeremiah Smith. You assume Carnell Tate comes back unless he would enter the portal because there's been rumors he wants to be the number one guy. And then you have Caleb Downs, who's probably top three or four safety in the country, even when he was at Alabama. So he's coming back for his third year. This team could still make noise. I don't think it's like a one and done type situation where they're just falling back to 8-4, 9-3 team. This team has a chance to, make it back into the playoff and make more noise next year. So good job for Ohio State and Ryan Day.
Yep. Um, Notre Dame gonna have to find a new defensive coordinator though. What's his name? Al Golden went
Yeah.
to Cincinnati for their defensive coordinator. Kind of expected there. He wanted to go back to the NFL. Did a really good job. Had a really good defense. They played tough. But yeah, that's the episode. Uh, we kind of we want to do it quick because we're filming late and because I was filming something special that if you follow me on TikTok, you will be delighted to see. Ain't that right, Jess?
Oh, yes. It was probably the best 32 seconds of my day. That was the length.
What can I say? But anyway, Jesus loves you. Peace out. We'll see you Friday. Bye. 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 Oh yeah. Sorry, Barrett wasn't here. Calc test.